Gifts for drummers. Drummers are picky. Drum stuff is expensive. There's so much stuff out there, and stuff like, heads, sticks, cymbals, that kind of stuff, kind of the more obvious gifts. A lot of times drummers would much rather pick that stuff themselves, so here's a list of things that any drummer will appreciate. Or at least I hope so. First up is this Vic Firth marching stick bag. Just because it's a marching stick bag doesn't mean you can't use it on a drum set, so I have it on my floor tom, and this is a great stick bag to keep on your drum set, so if you're playing along and you drop a stick, then it's really easy to grab one. You can fit a bunch of sticks in here, and honestly this is my favorite stick bag. I have like 4 of these things. Next is the Meinl Ching ring. I actually don't have one of these, but I made one a while ago, and I can't seem to find it, so oops. But for only $15, it's a no-brainer, and trust me, any drummer will appreciate it. Next up is this bad boy right here. This is a drum tortilla, and it's basically just a cloth that you put on your drum, and it makes the same sound as if you were to put a towel on your drum, and you can put on your snare or any other drum. But this is a dedicated piece for your drum set, so like for me, if I have a towel by my drum set, I'm gonna use it as like a rag or to clean up a mess, but with this, I will not do that. Plus, this thing looks way cool, and besides, who wants to be gifted a towel? And similar to the tortilla is the big fat snare, similar in the fact that it's something that you put on your drums to change the sound. So the big fat snare is called the big fat snare because it makes your snare sound big and fat. Next up are snare wires. These are Puresound 20 strand wires. I also would recommend the 24 strand. The key to getting a good snare sound is to have good snares on it, and over time these will stretch out and make the drum sound weird, so having high quality snares is a must. Next is this Vic kick beater. This is the VKB1. It's a hard felt beater, and it's a good general purpose beater, and I've been using this for like a year now, and trust me, I absolutely love this thing. So you can set it up in 2 different ways. You can either play it like this or like this, and either way you play it, it feels great and sounds great. So for 90% of my playing, I use this beater, and the other 10% I use this one. This is also a Vic kick beater. This is a VKB3. As you can see, it's a big poofy fleece beater. The first time I saw one of these, I thought, wow, this is stupid. I will never use one of these, but I totally fell in love with it. It feels so nice. It's such a round sound and full sound, and it's just so different than a felt beater like the one I just showed, so don't hate on the fleece. Next up is this drum pad by Movement Drum Company. This is the 4-in-1 pad, and it's called the 4-in-1 pad because there's 4 different playing surfaces. So first up is the top playing surface, or the main playing surface, which actually has a rim, which most pads do not have. Second is the back of the pad, which is a little bit softer. And then it comes with an even softer surface, so this is good for like building chops and practicing good technique. And then there's this hard plastic or laminate surface, which is obviously harder, so you get a much clearer, more staccato sound. Next up are in-ear monitors. Both of these are by MEE Audio, that's MEE Audio. And actually, if you order from their site and use promo code rdavidr, you get 10% off. So starting with the black ones, these are the M6 Pros, and these are a great cheaper option. So if you're new to the world of in-ears, then these will be a great starting point. They are super affordable, they're comfortable, they sound great. Another cool thing is that you can get a custom faceplate on them like I have. They come with a nice carrying case and some accessories, and of course they have different size tips for your different size ears. And speaking of your ears, for both the M6s and the M7s, they can make a custom form tip made specifically for your ear, so you can get an impression made and send it to them, or they can scan your ear and they'll build a tip made specifically for your ear. And now moving on to the M7s. These are a little bit more expensive, but they have a dual driver setup, so basically there's like a mini subwoofer inside of there, so you get a much clearer bass sound. So if you play drums, bass guitar, or are in the rhythm section, then I would definitely recommend these. And next we have the Soundbrenner Pulse. This is a wearable metronome, so it basically pulses and vibrates the tempo. So unlike a typical metronome that just blasts you in your ear, this is quiet and you feel the tempo instead of hearing it. This definitely takes some getting used to. The sound of a metronome is like engraved into my brain, which is why I guess you would use this. And like I said, you wear this, so they offer a few different straps so you can put it on your arm, your wrist, around your torso, on your leg, your ankle, or anywhere. And last, but certainly not least, is a nice high quality drum throne. This one is made by Soc, but any nice high quality throne will do the trick. Cost anywhere from like $100 to $200. This one was $160, I think. This one is nice because it's hydraulic, but by no means do you need a hydraulic throne. Just something nice and something that's not cheap, because you can go out and buy a throne for like 30 bucks, but trust me, it will not last and your butt will hate you. So that is my list of 10 foolproof gifts for drummers. All that stuff is stuff that I've been into this past year, and I picked out stuff that would be useful to any drummer, no matter what kind of music they play, what kind of kit they have, you know, their skill set, their age, or anything. All that stuff should be useful to any drummer. So by no means is this an end-all be-all gift guide for drummers, but again, I know it can be difficult to buy stuff for drummers, so thought I'd help out. And if I didn't help out, then sorry. So hopefully you found this helpful. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.